My name is Raven, professional wrestling superstar, former world heavyweight champion, and I want you to choose your four.
This is the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer, and I want you to choose your four.
Hello, Pro Wrestling Rushmore. This is Lanny Poffo, formerly the genius of WWE.
Hello, this is the hardcore legend Mick Foley. Yes, it is, and I want you to choose your four. It's Pro Wrestling Rushmore.
It's Pro Wrestling's Rushmore.
This is Pro Wrestling Rushmore. Quote the Raven, nevermore.
Hello, humanoids. This is Ian from Squared Circle History, and I want you to join us for Pencils and Erasers, Episode 2, where we are going to talk about what if Ted Dibiase won the WWF Championship in 1988. And joining me is my co-host, the often imitated but never duplicated, Brian.
Ian, Episode 2, Pencils and Erasers.
Yes.
Well, I take a journey. Guess what?
What?
I bet there's someone who would like to erase a lot of his life.
It is a monumental day. Monumental weekend.
A lot of things that had transpired in his life. Things that evil man did to people. He wants to erase all of it, but he can't. He cannot.
Not looking good for Vince McMahon. Oh boy.
What an evil individual.
Yeah, all this dirt that's coming out from one person. There's got to be more.
Oh, there's tons more.
There's got to be more. In the dozens range.
There was someone that just came out not too long ago, right? 2-3 years ago?
There's been so many.
That's what I'm saying. There's been so many. This was
yeah.
the latest. And I guess there's some pretty hardcore proof of everything.
Yeah, text messages.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is not good. Not good for Vince McMahon. And this is now the first time that not a single McMahon owns or has anything to do with the WWE.
Oh. My husband Hunter.
Well, yeah, but he's not a McMahon.
He's not a McMahon by blood. He's
It's not my bloodline.
No, that's thankfully for him. Wow. So yeah, he apparently shit on someone's hair.
Yeah, that's what came out. He
took a deuce on someone's hair.
Yes.
That's yeah.
During a three-way with Johnny Ace.
You think
hey boss.
You think during that three-way they were doing the Eiffel Tower?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you think so?
Absolutely.
Even at their age?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, yeah, McMahon's like, bro code.
I saw this on the internet.
He's like, look Vince, you're looking very vascular today.
How are we gonna take her to the Eiffel Tower?
He's like, oh, I'll take the mouth, you can take the ass. We just got a high five.
This is awful. This is terrible. This poor woman.
Oh yeah. Eesh. Well, all right, let's say not her, but just anyone. Anyone they did that to. Maybe there could have been some willing participants. I'm sure there were a couple.
I'm sure. I'm sure. On this Royal Rumble weekend.
Royal Rumble tonight. And
just about there. Yes.
I would like to know who's your pick officially on the record, and
yes.
Because it hasn't started yet. It's Saturday at 4:56 p.m. right now.
Yes.
So who's your pick to win it?
Gunther.
Yes. Do you think they change his name back to Walter?
No. There's no reason to.
No?
No, I don't think so, because he's already really established himself as that. He's had this record-breaking Intercontinental Championship reign as Gunther.
Okay.
So why would you change him now?
I get it.
I understand the whole Butch and Pete Dunne thing, but Butch was kind of just a background character anyway.
Well, yeah, Gunther is way more mainstream than Butch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Walter a lot better.
Oh, I do too. And I wish they had gone with that, but you can't just you can't change the past, as Vince McMahon is finding out right now.
No.
So who's your pick?
Man, this is a tough one for me. I hope it's R-Truth. because
You
I
know,
have
that would
number
be
19.
interesting.
I drew number 19 in the Royal Rumble pool,
And Bobby on the Beats elite pool.
Yeah, but he like on SmackDown, he was like, "Oh, do I have to? What do you say? Do I have to quarantine for this?"
Oh yes.
So automatically, you know it's 19, right? You say you have quarantine for this. He has number 19. I mean, common sense is he's number 19, right?
Yeah, but wait.
COVID-19, because he's got a quarantine for COVID-19.
Oh, okay.
So when he looks at
okay.
his number,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He probably
Okay.
saw a 19.
All right.
That's cool.
Interesting.
My take, anyway. I hope it's our truth, but
Could be a case of him hiding out underneath the ring. We forget about him. And then at the end, like the guy.
Santino when he got eliminated.
Exactly. Exactly.
And everyone was hoping Santino won that.
Yeah, because it was like, why not?
Right. Give our truth a chance, man. So yeah, but I know it's not gonna be him. It could be The Rock as a surprise to
Could be.
do the Roman Reigns thing.
But think about this.
But yeah, I'm with you. The way it's going, I think it's going through. Like, with my head, not my heart.
Because there's always going to be another opportunity for a title shot at the Elimination Chamber. And the thing about that is, that's going to be in a 70,000 seat arena. So that's going to be a really...
that's in Perth, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big show. So they're going to want some star power on that. So what if The Rock ended up being in the Elimination Chamber, wins that, and that's his way to get to Roman Reigns?
Yeah, I could see that too. Unless you had The Rock maybe do a tag with someone in Perth. Maybe him and Jay versus Jimmy and what's his face? The chubby one. Solo.
The chubby one.
The chubby one. He's chubbier than the other ones.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's fat.
But
He's in shape. You know?
wow.
Yeah, so it could be like in Perth. So you still have the star power there.
Yeah.
Because The Rock won the Rumble. So he wins the Rumble. He's going after Roman.
Okay.
So now you set it up to where Roman wants The Rock taken out. And The Rock aligns himself with the dude from Monday Night Raw.
The dude from Monday
Jay.
Night Raw.
Jay.
Oh, Jay. Yes.
the
yes.
Yeet-
Okay.
The Yeet guy. And then the not Yeet guy, Jimmy, in Solo against, be a tag match in Perth.
Okay. All right. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That could work.
You know?
Anything to make money in a big stadium.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Dude, it's business. I mean, I don't
Yes.
blame these guys for doing what they do.
Are you wearing a wrestling shirt, Brian?
I'm not, bro.
You're not? No.
No.
All right.
I went to a Cacho at Brody at the Emerald Square Mall. Came home, took a power nap. Now,
Power nap.
Now I'm here.
That's what I have to look forward to. Power naps.
Why? Tonight? You better not power
No,
nap tonight.
as I age.
We have as you age. What the hell? I'm only 3 years older than you?
Well, yeah, but I'm not there yet. I'm gonna, in 3 years, start taking naps.
What the fuck? I was taking power naps at your age, even before your age.
Oh man, then I'm behind the 8 ball.
You're behind. You're way behind.
I got my world class. Speaking of being behind, my world class championship wrestling shirt.
It's a nice shirt.
Iron Claw. We already talked about that. We enjoyed it.
You're loving this Iron Claw stuff. You're
I
all over this Von Erich
I'm not
stuff.
gonna buy the Zac Efron as Kevin Von Erich action figure though.
You're not gonna buy it.
I'm not gonna buy it. No.
Why? Because it's on pre-order.
No, because I want to just get. If I'm gonna get anything, I'm gonna get a Kevin Von Erich action figure. I'm not gonna get Zac Efron as Kevin Von Erich.
You will.
What? I still will, despite
You will.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, you will.
Okay.
And I can't wait till you do because I'm gonna go
Yep.
back and we're gonna go back and take a look or take a listen. What do you think, Gorilla Monsoon?
sir.
What do you think Gorilla Monsoon would have said to Vince McMahon if he were alive? And
Your father is rolling over here in heaven. You should be ashamed of yourself, Vinny.
what if Vince tried to get Gorilla Monsoon to get in on it?
Oh, he probably did because did you read the latest thing about Shane McMahon? He tried to get Shane McMahon involved in it.
Imagine that.
That's pretty sick, man.
Imagine-
That's perverted. But then you think back, like, all right, well, he proposed a storyline of having an incest angle with Stephanie.
Yes,
That's bizarre,
all
man.
of that.
That's
Making Trish
bizarre.
bark.
That's the smoking gun right there.
Well,
you
yeah,
know
that the shit coming down on DX, and they had that.
The Spirit Squad. Yep.
Spirit Squad. He loved toilet humor. All the signs pointed
Bruce
to
Pritchard had said this. How about that? Ronda Rousey just said that if Bruce Pritchard is still there, then Vince is operating through him. So if you really want to go a step further, you gotta get rid of Bruce Pritchard too.
Oh shit.
That's what Rousey said.
Man,
so.
He's ruining a lot of people's lives, man.
It's sad. It's
is.
really sad, but it's it's not the cleanest of businesses.
No, it never has been.
No. So.
But it got worse when he took over.
Of course.
Once he got his hands on like all these territories, man, it just got out of hand.
Yep. Yeah.
Although,
Yeah. What about Mel Phillips?
who's
Mel Phillips with the Ring Boys, the ring announcer.
No.
He was,
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you ain't tell me Vince didn't know anything about that.
No, of course he did. He was probably orchestrating it. He was probably like, "Oh, you want a ring, boy?"
Hey, boy. So here on the second episode of Pencils and Erasers, we're going to talk about what if, at WrestleMania 4, as originally planned, Ted Dibiase was supposed to win the tournament and be the World Wrestling Federation champion.
So where are we going with this? From this, I say from. So where are we going from? Where are we starting?
So let's start with this. So the whole reason why this whole thing didn't happen. Now think about how perfect this. Well, no, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. So the original plan was DiBiase, Savage, in the finals of the tournament, and DiBiase wins in Trump Plaza. He has this big moment where he legitimately wins the WWF Championship. The reason why this didn't happen was because the Honky Tonk Man didn't want to lose the Intercontinental Championship to Macho Man on the main event in February of that year, which was the most watched wrestling event of all time.
All right. So main event. Refresh my memory.
The same night
What was
that
the- yeah,
Hogan
it was-
fought Andre, then you had the double referee
All right. The Hebner
storyline. Yes.
Okay.
Huge business there.
Yeah.
So on that show, on the undercard, it was Savage and Honky Tonk Man.
Okay.
Savage was supposed to win the Intercontinental title in that match.
So let's say we're gonna go from saying the Honky Tonk Man wanted to do business and dropped it to Savage, right?
Doesn't even matter. It doesn't.
So
even,
you would want Savage still. in
doesn't
there
even
at the
matter
end.
because what ended up happening, anyway, on the main event was Savage basically just he took the Honky Tonk Man's guitar and just smashed it. Essentially, and Honky Tonk Man ran away.
Right.
And it essentially ended the feud anyway, because he smashed the guitar, which, if we're going back to the end of 1987, Honky Tonk Man smashes the guitar over Savage's head. That's what started the feud.
Right. But
So Savage smashing the guitar, that's the end of the feud.
this is kind of why I like doing this show, because I can I'm going to argue a point,
Okay.
and maybe we can get there a different way, even though we're not talking about this specific topic right now. So if Savage doesn't win the title in WrestleMania 4, how do you set
Or on
up-
the main event.
No. I'm talking about the world
Oh, okay.
title. The world title.
I apologize.
No, it's all right. So I should have clarified. But if he does not win that world title in WrestleMania 4,
Yes.
does him and Hogan ever happen in WrestleMania 5?
Yes.
It
I
does?
think
Even the
I
same
think
way?
so, but I think we might have to push it back a year.
All right, but even the same, like, because that storyline, man, that was one of the best.
Drag it out
storylines
even further,
ever.
though. Planting more seeds along the way. Look what they're doing right now with the Bloodline.
Yeah.
They could have done something like that back then, or at least in this story.
Right.
You know, drag that story out over 2 years now.
Or maybe like he could have beaten DiBiase at like Royal Rumble or something.
We're gonna get there.
Right, I got you.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's say that the starting point here is the main event, and for all intents and purposes here, everything still happens. Let's say just as it did.
Yep. Okay.
Andre, still wins the title, hands it over to DiBiase, and now DiBiase lays this claim that he is the WWF champion.
Right.
The next week on Superstars, you have Jack Tunney make the same announcement. There's going to be a 14-man tournament at the Trump Plaza.
I like Jack Tunney.
Yeah, he worked. Like, he just worked as like an impartial figurehead.
You didn't see him all the time. Not like
No.
these Raw general managers.
Right,
They're
not every
always on.
week. You don't see him every
Right.
week.
If you saw him on Superstars one week, you knew some shit was going down.
Absolutely, yeah. Tunney meant business.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So you still have this tournament at WrestleMania, and I guess you still have the finals of Savage versus DiBiase.
The belt is it held up though? So do they strip $1 million?
They stripped DiBiase of the championship. You still have the 14-man tournament for WrestleMania 4. Yep. We still have Savage versus DiBiase at the end. But now we have to book the finish of that, and we're going to book all the way up to WrestleMania 5.
Right. So, the end of what?
DiBiase wins. But how does he win? At WrestleMania 4.
But we're only... So we're booking from there to WrestleMania 5?
Yes.
Oh, so we're doing it beyond that. So, WrestleMania 4...
Yeah, because you don't have to
Right.
you don't have to book the story before, because we're going to keep it the same.
All
So
right.
we're going to book the story afterwards.
Yes. Awesome.
So we're here. Let's book it.
Let's do it. Alright, so, What? That couch right there is what I want for my basement.
Hurry. A going out of business sale, the 5th annual.
So that was my question earlier, was from where to where are we going to book, and you just clarified it. I'm happy, even though we did foreshadow a little bit of how we got there. We're going to keep everything the same. And so, all right, big moment of truth right here. How does he beat Savage?
All right, so obviously Virgil will be at ringside.
What if Randy Savage was French? Randy Savage.
Oui.
Randy Savage. I'm sorry.
That would be interesting. Don't call me Savage.
My name is Savage.
Oh my
Go ahead. So, moment of truth. DiBiase wins. How does he win? Is it $1 million dream?
In DiBiase's corner, you have Andre.
Uh-huh.
You have Virgil. In Savage's corner, you have Hogan, and you have Miss Elizabeth. Hogan still has to get involved. But he's got the steel chair. Obviously, he's going to get into it with Andre at ringside. Maybe you have Hogan swing the chair at DiBiase, and DiBiase moves the chair, smashes Savage over the head. And now we spend this whole year up to WrestleMania 5 with Hogan trying to prove his allegiance or trying to earn Savage's trust again to make this Mega Powers thing work.
All right,
Except we still have a 2-year window for the Mega Powers, starting from this chair shot to the head, and Hogan's really brother, I didn't mean it, man.
But Savage is too much of a hothead to just take that apology. I think once Hogan touched him,
Yeah.
that was it. He would snap. There would be no apologizing.
Yeah.
For Savage. What if Hogan is outside the ring, and Andre just unprovokingly comes up behind him and gives him that choke.
Starts choking him.
Gives him the choke. Takes Hogan out of the match. Hogan's done.
Okay.
He's done.
But why would Hogan's eyes not be on Andre this whole time? How is Andre gonna sneak up? Peekaboo. Mr. Hogan, you can't see me.
Well, no, that's where Virgil comes into play.
Virgil, yeah.
So Hogan's arguing with Virgil.
Yep.
Andre comes around.
Yep.
Bang. Chokes him
Okay.
out. Hogan's
Alright.
done. I mean, that could be closer to the end of the match,
Yeah.
And then Savage accuses Hogan of taking a dive. He doesn't want to see him succeed.
Okay. Yeah, I do like
He would have
that.
been jealous if Savage got the title.
Because from this point on, from WrestleMania forward, what really happened in real life, we didn't see Hogan around as much on TV because he was filming No Holds Barred.
Okay, yeah.
So we're we're only gonna have Hogan for major shows every now and then,
Right.
which is kind of what we had anyway in years prior. We didn't see Hogan every week. He was only around for special events, special TV tapings.
Right.
all that. So the point of that is we need Randy Savage to, carry the weight here and be the babyface that the fans root for in Hogan's absence.
Right. So you also don't want him going around accusing him of things.
Yeah, we still need to have the sympathy on Savage.
Right.
How do we do this? What? What if Elizabeth costs him the match?
How?
So that's the next question: is how does Elizabeth cost Savage the match?
I don't think that would work.
Only because, as much of a hothead as Savage is, he's not gonna, he's not gonna get into a feud with Elizabeth.
But all right, so does DiBiase beat him with $1 Million Dream? Does he roll him up? I mean,
he should beat him with $1 Million Dream, and maybe it's because Andre just punches him or hits him with the belt.
Right.
Could do that, because as much as Andre didn't like him, we're gonna have to have some Savage and Andre interactions here.
Yeah. So what if she's on the apron?
Mm-hmm.
Hogan's behind her.
Mm-hmm.
She's on the apron. DiBiase's arguing with her. Savage behind DiBiase. Savage hits the ropes to hit him with a high knee.
Yes.
He moves. Hits Liz. Hogan catches her.
Yes.
And then after that, Savage is looking at Liz and Hogan.
Yeah.
And DiBiase rolls him up, holds the tights, bang.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And he's more concerned now with Elizabeth, pushes Hogan aside.
Right.
He swoops up Elizabeth, runs up the aisle with her. Hopefully doesn't fall.
So the sympathy's still on him. He's still strong.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. DiBiase gets his big moment.
Yeah.
With Andre, with Virgil. Yeah, that's pretty good to end WrestleMania 4.
Yeah.
And now from that point on, we're building up to the rematch, the big rematch here,
right.
Which in real life was in Madison Square Garden in June. They had a big house show with the main event being Savage, DiBiase inside of a steel cage.
Mm-hmm.
And famously, at the end, Virgil is climbing up the side of the cage to prevent DiBiase from getting out, and a fan jumps the guardrail, climbs up the other side of the cage, and then goes after Virgil.
Damn.
Yeah. Which is good, because you want people fighting for you, you want the fans fighting for you,
Well,
but
yeah, you want the
it's not you don't want them to jump the guardrail and fight for you. But,
No.
But we could still, build up to that. Like, okay, Savage he wants one more opportunity, one more shot. Steel cage match. Nobody can interfere this time.
Right.
Somebody still has to interfere. Something still has to happen.
Yeah, but this is back in the day, right? So,
yeah.
I don't know. Did they have a lot of that? I guess so, because Heenan would climb the cage to distract Hogan, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you could do something like that. But I don't think anyone should interfere inside the ring. It would have to be from the outside.
From the outside.
Yeah. Just because of the time period it was.
And maybe, because of the time period, Hogan's filming No Holds Barred.
Yep.
What if we bring out Zeus?
Already. When did that Zeus thing happen? Was it around WrestleMania? It was before WrestleMania 5, right?
No, it was after.
It was after WrestleMania
because the
5?
movie was already filmed and getting ready to come out.
SummerSlam was Zeus and Macho Man.
Yeah.
That was 88, right?
That was 89.
89.
Yeah.
My dates are all fucked up.
It's all good. It's all good.
Very
but
good.
if we debut Zeus before the movie comes out,
Yeah.
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't think it's a bad thing.
It's more promotion for the movie.
Absolutely.
So that could be good.
And they could even, you know who this is? This is Zeus.
Yeah.
Yeah. $1 Million Man buys him.
Yeah.
Comes in, movie comes out, you already know who this guy is. You gotta see what happens in the movie, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Done the right way. We're just kind of like going through this pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But done the right way, I think that would be a more. It would done more good than bad.
Yeah.
For the movie.
Yeah. Because even if you did heading into Survivor Series now, okay, you have. I mean, this is jumping ahead a little bit here, but if you had DiBiase, Andre, Zeus, and Virgil, that's your whole Survivor Series team right there. That's not bad. Against, you got Hogan, you got Savage,
Beefcake.
You got Beefcake, and during that time, DiBiase bought Hercules' contract from Bobby Heenan, and Hercules didn't,
Right.
didn't want to go with DiBiase, so then they attacked Hercules, and then Savage and Hogan came to, swoop him up, and hey, you're on a Survivor Series team.
Right.
So Hogan, Savage, Hercules, and Beefcake. So that's not bad.
That would work.
But going back to Madison Square Garden in June here, where DiBiase has nowhere to run, he's got to retain his title. So yeah, I think this is where maybe Savage is trying to climb over the cage, but waiting for him is Zeus on the floor, and DiBiase can climb through the door. And boom, retains his title there.
Okay.
And it's like, we need Hogan back. In Milwaukee the next month in July, they had a big event called WrestleFest. And the main event of that was Hogan Andre in a cage. That would still be cool. That's still a good attraction for that show. But we could change that though. What if we did a 6-man tag instead? But we know Hogan's going to be there to have Savage's back, so you can do DiBiase, Andre, and Zeus against Hogan, Savage, and I think Beefcake. Let's do Beefcake for this one.
Okay.
In Milwaukee, all these people there. I don't know. Maybe, you could do a 6-man tag cage match, just all-out warfare inside of a cage.
You could.
For WWF at that time, it would be kind of,
But for them, wouldn't that kind of lose the luster of Savage and Hogan versus Zeus and what's his face?
Zeus and DiBiase?
Yeah, that was 89, right? So I'm saying 89. So
yeah, it would change everything.
So it would change that main event also.
Oh yeah, it would change everything. Yep.
So yeah, that does make sense.
Okay,
you could do that.
That makes sense.
Does make sense. Does make sense, Mr. Flair.
And if Andre is now working in a 6-man tag, it's less time, with him in the ring. He can just do the big spots.
You get the star power there, and he doesn't have to do much.
And that's just Milwaukee for WrestleFest. We still got to get to SummerSlam the next month. So maybe SummerSlam the next month. Does DiBiase get his... DiBiase could now defend his title in the main event of the first SummerSlam. Does he defend it against Savage again now? Or does he...
That's not the first SummerSlam.
Well, no, because the first SummerSlam is the Mega Powers and the Mega Bucks, but now, in our universe, it's going to change things. So, or do we still want to do the Mega Powers and the Mega Bucks, and maybe on the undercard for that, you have Zeus versus Beefcake, and Zeus just squashes Beefcake.
That was 89. Zeus was there.
Right, but in our universe...
So there was no SummerSlam 88 in our universe.
That's what we're booking right now.
SummerSlam 88?
Yeah, that was the first SummerSlam, yeah.
Oh, shit.
So I know this is confusing. We're going to bring everybody up to speed here. So, with our timeline heading into the first SummerSlam now, we have Zeus aligned with Ted DiBiase.
SummerSlam 1988.
SummerSlam 1988. Okay? Heading into that, do we still want to do DiBiase and Andre against Hogan and Savage in the main event, or do we want to have DiBiase defend his title at the first SummerSlam?
I think you'd have to have him defend.
I think so.
It's the very first SummerSlam, right?
It is. It's the very first SummerSlam. So what if you do DiBiase versus Savage? You can still do that spot with Elizabeth on the apron with the skirt and all that stuff. But maybe... if you do that, Savage has to win the title right there.
Right.
You would think, right?
Yeah. But that only gives DiBiase, 3 months with the title?
And that doesn't make sense.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I think it's better than nothing.
What I didn't suggest here is a Saturday night's main event, perhaps, in the middle there, where maybe Savage is supposed to have a title shot, but DiBiase pays somebody else to wrestle for him. Maybe Zeus. maybe Andre,
Still defending the title.
still defending the title.
Okay.
It would probably make sense for it to be Andre,
Right.
and Savage, doesn't stand a chance.
Right.
He's not prepared. DiBiase pays off Andre to fight Savage in his place and defend the championship, and Andre defeats Savage, successfully defending the title for DiBiase.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's the idea that I have in my head here.
But then Jack Tunney says, no.
You can't do that anymore, Mr. DiBiase.
You have to defend your own title.
At SummerSlam.
Was that where you were going with it?
Yeah.
With Jack Tunney and shit?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That's where I'm going.
Awesome.
It's like, okay, against all odds here, Savage needs that one-on-one confrontation, and DiBiase, Jack Tunney says, we're gonna have a one-on-one match. Everybody's barred from ringside, and to assure, well, if everybody's barred from ringside, then you can't do the Elizabeth spot,
Right.
unless the referee's paid off. And during that time, Jesse Ventura filled in to be the referee.
Okay.
Because in the storyline, the referees were on strike.
Right.
So they had scab referees coming in. Main event of SummerSlam, Jesse Ventura is the referee. Everybody else is banned from ringside. He's paid off. He's paid off by DiBiase.
Right.
DiBiase, he must retain then. Savage hits the elbow. 1, 2. Jesse refuses to count 3. He's like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Count 3.
No go.
No go. No
So
go.
How does he win the title?
We gotta get to WrestleMania.
Huh?
We gotta get to WrestleMania for Savage to win the title. He's not gonna win it at SummerSlam.
Jesus Christ! How many times is he gonna lose to fucking DiBiase?
It's just
So WrestleMania 5? You're saying is going to be DiBiase Savage again?
maybe it's DiBiase Hogan. Maybe it's DiBiase Hogan. And we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Yeah.
So Savage Hogan will be WrestleMania 6.
6. In
Perfect.
Skydome.
That's perfect.
Yep.
Hogan DiBiase will be WrestleMania
WrestleMania 5.
5. Right.
Yeah. Back
And
in,
then Hogan beats DiBiase, obviously.
wins the title. Savage is jealous.
Savage flips the fuck out.
Yep. That was my opportunity.
Yep. That's perfect, actually. He always had lust in his eyes for Elizabeth. He knew it. Elizabeth.
And that's his motive. That
That's the excuse. That's his.
that's his excuse.
Yeah.
That's his yes.
Because he
Yes.
doesn't want to admit he's jealous of the title.
Right.
But yeah.
I think that'd be perfect.
I like it.
I like it.
We booked a good
I think so.
storyline.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, that's it. Like,
yeah, the fat lady singing.
that is the storyline. We were gonna go into further detail here, but no, that's perfect. That's perfect right there. It's been a great show, everybody. No, that's what you do.
Yeah.
That's how you get to. No, we are gonna talk a little bit
How do
more.
we get to WrestleMania 5? Between SummerSlam and Savage losing once again.
Savage loses again. We're going to get to Survivor Series. We talked about the teams there. But now, heading into 1989, first time on pay-per-view, the Royal Rumble. That's where you have Hogan and Savage as the final two.
Yep.
In the Rumble, Hogan wins. So now Hogan gets his title shot at the next WrestleMania against DiBiase. That's where Savage starts to get jealous.
Right.
But he finally gets pushed over the edge once Hogan actually wins the championship.
Yeah.
That's how we get there. That's how I think we get there.
But fuck it, man. We might as well book the WrestleMania 6. Not the whole thing. So we won't do that. We're not gonna do that. My question is, does Savage beat Hogan as a heel for the title at WrestleMania 6, or is Savage the champion at WrestleMania 6 somehow, some way?
Yes, because I think Hogan's gonna beat DiBiase at WrestleMania 5.
Yo.
Somewhere along the way, maybe at SummerSlam or something, Savage has to beat Hogan. Has to beat Hogan at the midway point. Somehow at the midway point, perhaps
Hogan?
maybe they're both baby faces. They're both baby faces, and Hogan agrees, okay, you deserve a title shot here, Savage. Let's do this. They have the match. You know, we got to somehow figure out, you know, how it happens. But, yeah, I think Savage wins the title. Through interference, and this will be like Savage's official heel turn, I'd say. Maybe you have Sherry. Sherry helps him out. Maybe DiBiase helps him out.
What if, I don't know, what if Bossman beats Hogan at SummerSlam?
To win the title?
Yeah.
Why?
So Savage can beat Bossman.
As a face?
Yeah.
As a baby face?
Yeah. And then you start rolling with the I don't know, somehow. I don't know how we're going to do it, but...
I don't like Bossman as champion.
I know, but who was Hogan feuding with back then? Like, who was a viable heel besides $1 Million Man? Do you want DiBiase to beat him at SummerSlam? We'll have a rematch.
Hogan?
Yeah.
Beat Hogan?
Yeah. Make him a 2-time champion. You hot potato in the belt, but that's going to
It could work.
That's going to get you to your Savage Hogan storyline with Savage.
Because you don't want them to touch yet.
No.
You don't want them to fight yet.
You just want seeds planted.
You want in the Sky Dome, Hogan Savage. Savage as heel already going into the Sky Dome as a champion.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, that's how WrestleMania 5 was, right? Savage was the heel going in as champion.
Yes.
So we're pushing it or backing it up, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
We're going 1 year later.
So Hogan. All right. So Hogan beats DiBiase. WrestleMania 5 wins the title. Have a rematch, say at SummerSlam. DiBiase wins it back.
Yeah, or an earlier Saturday Night's Main Event.
Okay, and then
at
Savage
SummerSlam,
beats DiBiase
at SummerSlam. If you have a Saturday Night's Main Event,
Yep.
you know what I mean.
Yep.
That way,
Okay.
he's champion early.
Mhm.
So it's August. You have till April,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So and still you still haven't finally snapped
Oh yeah, we have the whole,
as the champion.
we have the whole backstage segment again. With
Yeah.
Elizabeth and
Okay.
stuff.
Okay.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
Like, I think that angle with Hogan Macho Man, the way it was done,
Mhm.
was perfect. The only thing you're
Okay.
losing is the Elizabeth skirt spot and
Yeah.
Hogan raising her, but they could still do that.
They could still
When-
do that for Survivor Series.
No, I'm saying with SummerSlam. Or
Oh,
Survivor
for
Series.
SummerSlam. Okay.
Savage wins, right? Savage wins the title at SummerSlam.
What if she does?
comes
What if
out.
she does that at WrestleMania for Hogan to beat DiBiase?
Oh yeah, dude. Yes.
To add to that Savage backstory, then.
Right. Yeah.
Why'd you
Perfect.
take your skirt off for Hulk Hogan?
Yes. Perfect.
Yeah.
So that happens.
Damn, man, that makes the story so much better, man.
And
That's good.
Saturday Night's Main Event, a month later or whatever it is, 2 months
Mhm.
later, DiBiase freaking loses to Savage, right?
Yep. Again, no interference.
Wait, so she takes the skirt off and Hogan beat DiBiase at WrestleMania?
At WrestleMania 5,
Yeah.
we're heading on the road to WrestleMania
Right.
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Hogan's champion, loses to DiBiase at Saturday Night's
Saturday
Main
night.
Event.
Yep.
Then it's Savage DiBiase at
Mhm.
SummerSlam.
And Savage wins.
Savage wins. Hogan comes out, celebrates. Savage puts the strap on Elizabeth's shoulder.
Mhm.
Hogan picks her up on his shoulders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
While raising Savage's hand.
Yep,
You know what
yep.
I mean?
Yeah. That adds more depth to the story. I like that.
You know, and then you right from there.
Mhm.
That's when you start the whole.
That's perfect.
I think so.
That's perfect. So now we've had DiBiase win the title twice.
Bruh.
We still have Savage, still win the title, but now his match with Hogan is on a grander scale at the Sky Dome.
Right.
Warrior doesn't win the title, but maybe he still will.
Right.
We're just pushing it back a little bit,
Exactly.
giving the story a little bit more room to breathe.
A little bit.
Great storyline. I think we accomplished something good
I
here.
think we nailed it.
And if you want to nail it,
Shit. Calm down there, Vince.
go to Pro Wrestling Tees and buy one of our t-shirts. Squared Circle History, Pro Wrestling Rushmore. Also, episode 41, Pro Wrestling Rushmore, the Mount Rushmore of celebrities. We're still accepting lists. Let us know. Choose your 4.
Is Drew Carey on your list?
On my personal list, no.
You know who's on mine?
Who?
How about it?
He should be.
P. Rose,
He
man.
should be. Multiple appearances, he should be. But well, we're not going to give any spoilers here for that one. But yeah, check us out on Instagram, squared.circle.history. Of course, on YouTube. We're on all podcasting platforms. So for Brian...
All right, fun episode, man. I enjoyed it tonight.
This was fun.
I think we nailed this.
Yeah, like that's perfect. So what do you think for the next one? Episode 3. Pencils and erasers. Eventually we're going to get there.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We did 2 of these in a row already.
We did 2 of these in a row, yes.
Next one... You know what's funny? I'm looking at all your wrestling posters here. And I'm trying to like figure out a storyline.
I got a good one.
What is it?
I got a good one for you here. It's going to be... What if Sting was the head of the NWO instead of Hulk Hogan in 1996?
Perfect.
All right.
Sold.
So for Brian...
All right, guys. Good night. And if you're watching the Rumble tonight, good luck and let's go Truth.
Our Truth.
What's up?
Let's go Gota.
Maybe little Jimmy wins.
Little Jimmy wins. Oh, jeez. This is Ian saying good night.